Will this
Alright.
get us into Sunbreak?
No, not today. That being said, hello everyone, and welcome back to Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward. For potentially the last stream, I probably should have gone.
Damn, better be.
I probably should have gone through just to make sure. That's fine. We'll be fine. It's fine.
I don't
Marathon
work
session.
tomorrow.
Marathon stream. Marathon stream. Let's go.
Come on, we gotta have an. Listen, last time with EDF, we had a stream go on till 4 a.m. We just gotta keep with the tradition.
Yeah, totally. Let's try not to though. Let's do our best not to.
You're not gonna wake up until like fucking noon anyways, so what's the harm?
Yeah,
I don't
it's
wake up
a
till
little
noon
too
anyway.
real.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Sai, kick us off,
Bully the
please.
streamer! Bully the streamer!
It's not even a bully. That's just true.
Also true for me.
Sai,
Speaking.
Huh? Are we actually
thank
starting
you.
now?
That was your line.
Thank you very much. It opened.
Very funny.
The jokes just write themselves sometimes. We should get back to the Floor A warehouse then.
Wait, did you guys hear something?
What?
You didn't hear it? It came from over there. Sounds like something turning on. See? I told you. This screen wasn't on before.
You're right. Guess it was set to turn on when we opened the door.
It looks like an authentication screen. I
Uh,
think we need to put in an ID and password.
Yeah, but what?
When I noticed the illustration, the lion is eating the sun? The lion is eating the sun. The lion is eating the...
Memento Mori.
Remember death, if the ninth lion ate the sun.
Sorry, son's being eaten.
Oh yeah, I forgot. The red lion eating the sun in the cafe. You can actually make the silhouette spell out red lion eating sun or something. Forgot that's what it was in that room. Oh, of course, this is the real ninth lion. But if that was the case...
More.
Remember death.
Death wants me, it has to earn me.
Death can claim me whenever it wants. Thank you very much.
Wow, what a bitch.
Alright, anyways, I believe this one is the Akane.
Kurashiki.
And...
Jumpy
Mil-
doll.
Oh no, is this... Yeah, this is the Jumpy doll. You're right. There we go.
Yes. Sigma. Look.
Your- Oh wait, that's yours.
Yep.
Akane. Oh!
Yeah,
He got away.
For a
He
second.
got away.
What?
There was a Spencer!
A Spencer?
There was a Spencer!
A
For like a split
Spencer?
second.
Oh!
Her name is Akane Kurashiki. I've been looking for her for a very long time.
He walked toward her. Slowly, carefully, almost as if he was afraid of scaring her away, he reached out.
Wow, Junpei.
Wow.
Immediately
the
going
tits.
for the tits. Yeah.
Rude. She's a hologram.
Myoji squeezed his eyes shut.
Connie.
He closed his hand around the empty air and let it fall to his side. There was a moment of sad silence, and then she began to speak.
Let me turn my noise suppression. Need to turn my. I need to turn my thing down as well. My sensitivity down. I see you finally arrived. I've been waiting for you. Well, I suppose that's slightly inaccurate. What you see now is a holographic message I recorded before you came here. Unfortunately, this means I will not be able to answer your questions. At least not directly. I hope you will understand. Now, where to begin? Wow, that is some shitty animation.
Look,
Well,
she's
don't worry
tired,
about it.
alright.
You
She's old and
probably-
she's tired.
You
She's
probably
also
have a,
probably dead.
you probably have a great many questions.
Look, these models were built for the 3DS. There's only so much upscaling them can do.
What day is it? Where are we?
It's
Who
Tuesday.
is Zero, and what does he have to do with Akane Karashiki? But I imagine there is one question that rises above all the others. Why were we brought here? The answer to that is simple. Everything that has happened here is part of our plan. All of this was required for the success of the AB project. I assume you've heard the name by now, at least. In any event, you were all needed in order to execute our plan. The Nonary game was necessary for the same reason. Your question now, I imagine, is just what is this AB project? The answer to that is also simple. Allow me to explain. Have you heard of Ice 9? He created the AB project for one purpose: to transport the consciousness of two people into the past. Those two people are you, Sigma, and you, Phi.
What do you mean
What?
the past? The moment the words were out of my mouth, I realized no one there could answer the question. Not Phi, not Tenmyoji, and certainly not a pre-recorded hologram.
Have you figured out what this room is? I assume you saw the Q on the door. It stands for quantum. That makes this the quantum room. Also the same exact
Whoa.
letter I used for the
To be
Give me a
fair,
moment.
I think that was Santa that made the Q on the quote-unquote 9 door, but yeah, pretty much. Took me a moment to realize she'd changed subjects without even pausing. There was nothing we could do, of course, but I still felt a twinge of frustration.
Take a look at the rear of the room. You see that large enclosure? That houses our quantum computer. The systems that control this entire facility run on that machine. That includes the construct you refer to as Zero Jr., as well as the golems. All of them do their thinking in that very box. Isn't that strange, though? Seems contrary to how we perceive the world.
By the way, just gonna throw this out there. Interesting how she noted that we refer to Zero the Third as Zero Jr., huh?
Mm-hmm. The body, the thing you see and interact with is somewhere else. The mind and all its thoughts are in this box. Perhaps it isn't so strange, though. Perhaps humans are the same, with our minds and thoughts existing separate from our bodies in a Chinese room. Our core is in our head, of course. We all have individual brains, think individual thoughts, and act according to individual wills, unless you're shown a picture of a dog and have to determine that it's a picture of a dog. I'm sorry. Welcome to Zero Escape. I'm going to make these jokes. That makes communication difficult, though. So we're forced to rely on inefficient mediums like language, photographs, non-verbal cues, etc. to transmit information. I was kidding about the Chinese room. Each one of
Should
us
know
is an
better than
individual.
to make jokes at this point in this game.
I mean, I should know better than to make jokes with Curb around. Isn't his catchphrase "Don't make jokes"?
At this point, it may as well be.
Each one of us is an individual, and we have no direct connection to anyone else. But is that really true? In the dimensions we are most familiar with, yes, it is. If we look at things from another higher dimension, however, we may all be connected after all. Like the branches of a tree. Or... what?
A rhizome.
The fuck is that?
It's a building block of a cell, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Thank you. I like the idea of Sigma correcting her.
In botany and dendrology, rhizome is a modified subterranean plant stem that sends out roots and shoots from its nodes.
Oh, fair enough.
Imagine a horizontal cross-section of the root system of a large tree.
I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking of then.
All you can see are the spots where the roots intersect in the plane of your cross-section. The 2 dimensions you see, the roots all appear to be individual things with no connection to one another. But this isn't the case.
I think you're thinking of ribosomes, Curb.
Yeah, that sounds correct.
If you expand your view and
root
look at the
looks
root
familiar.
system in 3 dimensions instead of only 2, you see the truth. Yes, it does look familiar. All the roots joined together at the trunk. In 2 dimensions, they appear to be separate. But if you look at the roots from a 3rd higher dimension, you see things that might appear to be separate from one another in 3 dimensions can be connected to one another if you look at them from 4 dimensions. Doesn't that at least seem like it could be a possibility? I believe that's how human consciousness actually works. Well, I'm not the only one, I suppose. Zira and I share that belief.
Morphogenetic field theory.
Enryoji mumbled something that sounded like nonsense. I opened my mouth to ask him what it meant, but Akane was already talking again. Or not.
Sorry, it was taking a bit to load. Now, when I talk about a 4th dimension, I'm referring to the 4th dimension used in Minkowski space-time. Let's start with the single dimension where all that exists is a point. Connect points to one another and you have a line. In 1 dimension, the only surface you can create is that. A line. But move to 2 dimensions and create more lines and you can create shapes. These are 2-dimensional surfaces. Move up to 3 dimensions and you can connect these shapes to one another and form 3-dimensional objects. Now you have a 3-dimensional surface which encompasses a volume of space. Connect 3-dimensional objects to one another and you've formed a 4-dimensional object which encompasses a volume of both space and time. What? What the fuck were the writers on when they were looking up these research papers?
I don't know, but I think Akane went to college in between games, guys.
They're not off base, but they're trying to simplify things that are very complex. They're out of line, but they're right.
It is on that 4th-dimensional axis that our minds are connected. If that was true, then what would prevent anyone from sending their consciousness backward or forward in time? That theory is the foundation of the AB project. The A represents after, and the B represents before. Excuse me, you mean ambidex?
No, you mean ally and betray, right?
Probably sounds silly to you. A ridiculous story made up by a mad old woman. But look at what's happened to you. You've seen many different worlds and timelines, haven't you, Sigma? What about you, Phi? I know you have too. Am I wrong? Tenmyoji should know what I'm talking about as well. I believe you experienced something very similar nearly half a century ago!
What?
You sent your consciousness to the past to save a little girl's life. It was a long time ago, but perhaps you still remember?
Yeah, of course I do. How could I forget? That little girl was you, Akane.
Suddenly it felt like Phi and I were outsiders, trespassing on something we had no right to see. Tenmyoji's face was taut with emotion as he looked into Akane's eyes. It seemed like like she was looking back at him.
Now, unfortunately, my time is up. In 2 hours, I will be killed by Dio. The final stage of the project will begin very soon. I need to go prepare and have a brewski. The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So come find me. I'll be waiting. One last thing. The cat in the box. Is it alive? Or is it dead? Sigma, Phi, you will decide its fate.
Are you kidding me right meow?
Alright! Here we fucking go, let's solve Schrodinger's cat!
Wait,
Okay, can you please... Oh, sorry.
Akane, wait.
Oh, Tenmyoji. I can almost see you. You don't need to worry. Everything's going to be okay. I will see you again one day, I promise. But I'm going to have to ask you to wait just a little longer.
Wait. Akane!
Dun, 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 dun.
Alright, you were saying?
I just... Fuck.
Cool, and then
I'm
she was
fine.
gone. Tenmyoji collapsed to his knees, his back hunched and shaking.
Oh,
So-
I've remembered it.
Go for it.
Sigma is a palico. That is all.
What a fucking unhinged thought!
Well, if that's the case, you have to do your best Paimon voice now.
No.
You have to! The
No.
new Pellicles are being voiced by Paimon's voice actress!
You're not wrong! I saw tears land on the white-knuckled fists he pressed against his thighs. I kept quiet. What was there to say? Phi and I looked at one another and nodded silently. With a shaking hand, Tenmyoji pulled a photograph out of his pocket. It was a picture of a girl. After all that we'd been through, her smile was enough to break your heart. We made our way to the warehouse on floor A and met up with the others. It took only a few minutes to decide to head to the infirmary. As soon as we arrived, we began to treat Allison Quark for Radical 6. I gave Luna the Excelivir that I found in the queue room. She quickly prepared it and... injected Allison Quark.
Thank goodness. It'll take some time for them to recover completely. But they should be fine.
What?
Indeed.
Thank you, Luna. Thanks for finding the medicine, you guys. Thank you so much.
Don't sweat it.
No need to thank us.
Tenmyoji said nothing, just walked over to Quark's unconscious body. He took the small boy's hand in his own and held it tight. I could see tears at the corners of his eyes as he turned away from us. Suddenly I remembered, Dio, where'd he gone? It didn't take me long to find him. He was sprawled unconscious on the floor beneath the sink. Karma, bitch!
Karma, bitch.
Handcuffs?
Oh, we found those in the crew quarters. Before you returned, we went on to check on the bomb in room 2. We found them there. Of course, the bomb was indeed turned off. Thank you again for dealing with them. You are quite literally lifesavers. You have my eternal gratitude.
I coughed awkwardly and looked pointedly around the room. I glanced over at Phi to see how she was doing, to see she was doing the same thing. After that, we headed back to the Floor A warehouse to play the AB game. Specifically, me, Phi, Kay, and Luna. Clover and Tenmyoji decided to remain in the infirmary, just in case something happened with Alice, Quark, or Dio. Luna would represent Clover's team, with Quark and Dio sleeping. Kay would represent their team by default, which left me, Phi, and Tenmyoji. You should vote.
God damn it, I just got something in my mouth. Hang on, just 1 second.
Why do you have something in your mouth?
Stop eating people, Phi. It's unhealthy.
No, I'll let you handle it. I chose Betray the last round. You probably don't trust me right now.
Doesn't matter now.
Excuse me. I apologize for interrupting, but I think you should be the one to vote in the next round, Phi.
Why?
You already have 9 DP. There's no reason for you to choose Betray now. You see,
Hey, you're acting like I might actually try and betray her.
not necessarily.
What does it matter what he's suggesting? We're almost there. We just have to play the AB game 3 more times. Then we can all get 9 points. That means each representative has to choose ally all 3 times.
Okay. I'll vote. You sure you're alright with this, Sigma?
Yeah, I trust you. I handed her the star key.
Shall we open the doors?
An Ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Oh, right. We have to wait for the deadline.
Oh. Well, we could vote earlier. But then each voter would be stuck inside the AB room for 45 minutes.
Okay. Let's go back to the infirmary then.
I agree. Please, lead the way.
Luna and Kay set off toward the yellow door. I was about to follow when...
Hold on. I just remembered something.
What?
The AB room on the left. In one of the other histories, she...
Yeah. You're right. Akane's body was in there. What does this mean? Why didn't we find her body in this time?
Maybe because she wasn't murdered.
But how? When did history change?
Do you remember what Akane said?
The cat in the box, is it alive or dead? Sigma Phi, you will decide its fate.
Schrodinger's cat thing.
Exactly.
I wonder what she meant about us deciding its fate.
Perhaps she was saying her own fate wasn't decided yet.
Huh?
The history where she's alive and the history where she's murdered are both real right now.
What? No, that's impossible. We've already opened the box. We opened the door to this AB room and there was no body.
No, we haven't opened the box. We haven't found a body, but we haven't found her alive yet either. In other words, we haven't actually observed her. The hologram was a recording from before this game started.
The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So come and find me. I'll be waiting.
Where's Akane now? Where was she waiting for us?
Santa's workshop.
Or what if she wasn't anywhere now? What if she was waiting for us in another timeline? Or what if she was waiting for us in the past? Was that even possible? If she was,
Return to the past now.
what would that mean?
How many story locks are in this fucking game? What?
you were you were saying Pokemon?
Boo!
You were saying Pokemon?
Added to the float.
You
So
can't just do that.
So, let's return to the past, shall we?
What? You can't do that.
Literally return to the past now.
Damn it. Feels like my head's gonna explode. Wait. Where the hell am I?
This fucking thing.
Looks like an elevator, but
No. This is one of the AB rooms.
God! Who the hell are you? And what the hell's an AB room?
Damn. I guess you did lose your memory after all.
Memory? Memory?
What is this mindfuck?
I remember! You're Phi! She grinned. When is this?
Check your bracelet.
It's a red pair. BP is 3.
Mine's the same.
Does this mean this is the beginning of the game? We've gone back to when we first woke up in the AB room?
No, not quite. I think we woke up a little earlier this time.
How do you know?
Push the buttons on the side of your bracelet.
2 hours. 15 minutes.
We didn't wake up this long before the primary doors opened last time. I think we're about an hour early.
Wait a minute. If you're right,
Yeah. Akane might still be alive. We got back before Dio killed her, I think.
then
Right. We're here for one reason.
To stop her from getting killed.
Exactly.
Let's move! We need to get out of here fast!
Don't need to tell me twice. Let's go.
Alright guys, time to do the entire room again, right? Time to do the entire room again, right guys? We know how this works.
We don't need to look there. This is our past, remember? That means we're just repeating history. You see what I'm getting at?
Look,
The password
fine, that was like fucking months ago.
The
Can't
password
expect me
for
to
the
remember
safe
all
should
that.
be the same one we got earlier?
Exactly. Now hurry up and open it.
We don't actually need to do the escape room. We can literally just... Alright, yeah, we know. We can literally just look at the password. We already know it. Sun, moon, star.
Will we get the gold?
That was a good question, actually. Star, moon. No. That's the wrong
Oh,
password,
that's the
you
wrong
nerd.
password. We need the other key, you dipshit.
I'm now wondering if we
Sun, moon,
skipped getting the bonus one.
If it would show up
in-
there, it's very possible. There, it's open.